Alright guys, it's Hook here. I'm going to give you another Flawless Master Legendary Lost Sector that you can probably farm. We're doing the Quarry today. As you can see, we've got Barrier, Unstop, Void, Solar Void. Um, I haven't really come up with a foolproof way of doing this every single time, but I'm going to show you exactly what I do and what I've got equipped, and hopefully you'll be able to figure out a way for yourself. And obviously, if you guys end up coming up with a better way, please let me know what that is, um, because I would absolutely love to have a little bit of a better way of doing this. But I will be able to show you some little tips and tricks and stuff in here. So let's get it started. Alright, so for the first room, we're going to have to deal with a barrier and an unstop. And again, we have trusty Wishender to kind of pull the majority of the work for us. What we're going to do is we're going to try and pull this unstop up here a little bit. Don't want to pull him up super high, but close enough where you can deal with him. With him down, now we just have to deal with the barrier that's going to be down in this back area down there. So for that, again, we want to just try and hit him with Wishender until we can get him stunned. If you can get him to stay in this back area over there, then you'll have a good time. Try and keep his shields down. Just slowly work on him. Obviously, I would really enjoy it if I can get rid of some of these other ads in here. If you can, great. But if not, then just make sure you're avoiding any grenades. With him down, we've just got a couple of War Beasts and some Scions and Legionaries to deal with. And with those gone, we can now move on. If you end up moving quick enough, quicker than I just did, then you'll actually be able to get those gentlemen right where they spawn back there, so that way you can actually take them down with the explosive barrel. If not, just do exactly what I just did, get rid of them as they come up. Down here we're going to have a barrier and an unstop to deal with. Let's see if we can try and get them separated. Try and save some of these explosive barrels if you can, which obviously I did not just get lucky with that. And with that barrel, we now have the barrier down that we can deal with. Be cognizant of the fact that the further down that you move into this room, the more likely that you are to spawn some gladiators and the unstop that will come after you. So do the best that you can to stay pulled back a bit. Now with him down, we're going to pull out our scout rifle and get prepared to deal with the unstoppable that's going to come up. Here's our gladiators. One shot to him, one shot to you. Same method as before. Stun, go for the heavy. I suggest something like Circular Logic or something where you know that you can get good DPS on him quickly. Now with that done, we move into the last room, which is going to be a bit of chaos, but if you can pull something out of this area, the one thing I would probably have you note is, again, be cognizant of how fast you move into this room. A lot of this stuff is going to be spawning from this back area back there. You will have two barriers to deal with up here. and a mixture of scions and some nightmares. So let's see if we can pull that barrier champ out a little bit so that we can deal with him. There we go. Just move forward a bit and he comes out on cue. But once that barrier comes out, you will notice that the Nightmare Legionaries do come out as well. Just move back and forward. If you feel the need to go back into the room before this one just to kind of regain your shields, then do so. But what we're really trying to do here is to just thin the herd a little bit so that way you can continue working on the 2 barrier champs that are going to be on the upper portion of the room. Keeping in mind that is the first of the 2 barrier champs that will be up there, so our upper area is not clear yet. So now the second one will come over, take the first one's place, rinse and repeat until he's gone. Once he's gone, you'll have the freedom of that upper area to kind of have the high ground for the rest of the room. Again, anybody that has any better ways of maintaining or managing the ads in this room, feel free to leave a comment or let me know, so that way we can figure it out a little bit better together. So now that that top area is clear for me, what I'm going to end up doing is proccing invisibility and getting up to that upper area, so that way I can manage the situation a little bit better. And from here on in, you're just going to try and slowly whittle down the boss, keeping an eye on this door that he's standing right next to. At some point we will get a couple more nightmares and 2 unstoppables, but since you have the high ground up here, you're going to try and really just pull one of them up at a time to take them down. But always just keep an eye on where this gentleman is. And if you have supers that can reach out and touch, I suggest using them to kind of move things along a little bit more, or you can also use heavy ammo. And now you see that we've got our friends in the room. I have not seen a situation yet where they wander their way up the left-hand path to come up here. The main boss will eventually at some point work his way up here, but it's when his health starts to get lower and you start challenging him a bit more. So like I said, maintain this high ground, keeping an eye on that path on the left. As long as you know and keep your eyes on where these enemies are and you don't lose track of them, you should have an easy enough time managing the room. And with that, we now just have our main boss left. Work on him slowly, whittle him down, use a super. Now that his health is down, he's going to start challenging us a bit more. And as long as you've done this up to this point, you have now just completed another Legendary Lost Sector flawless on Master. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you did it. And let's try and keep things going. Thank you for watching. This is Hook signing out.